Webster County Jail is nearly 60 years old.
Were called. Tupelo police make an arrest after a man is accused of driving away from a traffic stop. 28-year-old Amidrius Watkins is charged with felony fleeing. This past Friday night, officers pulled Watkins over near Crosstown. They came up to his car. Watkins was accused of driving away. There was a pursuit that eventually ended in Verona. Officers recovered narcotics and a gun. Now, Watkins also has several warrants with the city of Tupelo. His bond at $75,000. Federal money is helping Webb County get a much-needed new jail complex. The county is receiving a $3 million USDA grant to help pay for construction. The new facility will be behind the courthouse and will also serve 911 dispatch operations. Our Keely Shields, she visited the new jail site, and she joins us in the studio with an update. Keely?
The current jail was built in 1964 and isn't up to modern standards. Not all of the cells are usable, so the jail can only hold about 18 inmates. The new jail will to that capacity.
The Webster County Jail is nearly 60 years old, and if you ask Sheriff David Gore, he'll tell you it was built for different conditions and a different time.
Our old jail has nothing. That's the best way I know to put it. We're just barely there. Security system here, updated kitchen facility. You know, when that jail was built, it was a totally different standard that was set. And this jail will be able to go stainless in the kitchen, which is required now. The walls will be, can't have wood walls. They'll be hardened walls.
The Webster County Board of Supervisors received a USDA Rural Development Grant for $3 million. The facility will be directly behind the courthouse and will house more than just the jail.
And it's going to provide us the opportunity to build an operations center here. And that will encompass the sheriff's office. And it will also have 911 in it. And it will also have the justice court in it.
This is the ground where the new jail will be built. It will be right behind the courthouse. Sheriff Gore says that they looked at multiple jails in Mississippi and neighboring states to get ideas of how they wanted the layout. When it came time to put plans on paper, the sheriff didn't have to look far. The county has been working with local architect Belinda Stewart. Stewart says there have been several factors they take into account when designing this facility.
This is something we've been working on for a while with the county and with the local sheriff's department. And it really has entailed looking at what their needs are, looking at their existing facility, looking at sort of the multiple things that could be done together on this site.
Along with her architectural work, Stewart is also skilled in grant writing. This has been helpful in getting additional funds for the new jail.
We discovered a long time ago that so many of our projects need additional funding. They're in small communities. The need is, sometimes they have other needs that are so much greater than this need, or they have funds that can't be used in this way. So we've discovered that, you know, there are other funding sources out there. So we help communities and help our clients.
Stewart says that has been more than her efforts getting this all together.
It takes all of those people and working together in order to bring a really successful project. And this community lends itself well to that.
County leaders haven't announced a timetable for construction yet.
All right, thank you for that report, Keely. This year's St. Patrick's Day falls on a Friday, and the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is reminding everyone to play it safe. The holiday is known as one of the biggest drinking occasions of the year, which can also mean more drunk drivers on the road. It will be handed out over 3 years. Part of the money will be used to create a support system for families and child care providers. Child care workers will be recruited and trained, and there will be improved services for infants and toddlers, supporting the transition into kindergarten, that is. The grant is based on the strategic plan developed by the Mississippi. He says he's encouraged every time he drives by there and sees a full parking lot with industrial development growing in the Golden Triangle. Castleberry believes there needs to be growth in retail to go along with it. Now, in January, Castleberry sold his interest of the mill and 3 Starkville hotels to the MSU Foundation. Now he's concentrating on his next Starkville development. Castle Properties is breathing new life. Former Cadence Bank Operations Center downtown.
The cost of new construction is very expensive. So we intentionally have been looking for good quality existing buildings. And we felt that, and we also saw that there's a need of office space in Starkville at a reasonable price. And so we saw that'd be a great location, very visible, very easy access. And of course, it adjoins the university property. And so we just saw that as a good play.
And Castleberry says that since the opening of Tranquil Crossing, he's been trying to find land due to interest from other retailers, and it might be a good weekend of shopping, Ashley.
Yes, it might be a good week to go shopping, but maybe not during the evening hours as temperatures drop. I'll have more details on our forecast coming up after the break.
Closed captioning brought to you by Hearing Aid Services of Mississippi, Columbus. Better hearing, better service.
The new 2023 GMC Sierra AT4X is equipped to conquer the great outdoors or the great indoors. Welcome to the peak of premium off-roading. Step up to GMC with 2.9% APR and no monthly payments for 90 days on Sierra light duty models.
See your local GMC dealer.
Tax time means it's refunds time and time to consider a new home from Regional Home Center. Our tax sale is underway now. Double wides up to $20,000 off. Single wides up to $15,000 off. Get your new home with as little as $0 down. And be sure to ask about our layaway and deed of dollar program. See us.
Might as well be in the room with us.
CWTVA, Tupelo, Columbus.
Right now at 6:30, a local community is mourning tonight after a weekend house fire killed an elementary school student. Plus, a Mississippi mother and her daughters drowned in Louisiana recently. What we know so far. In the week of spring break, we take a look at this week's prices at the pump as many people start getting ready to head out of town. WTVA 9 News at 6:30 starts right now.
Live, local, late-breaking. This is WTVA 9 News.
Good evening, and thanks so much for joining us tonight for the news at 6:30. I'm Alyssa Barton. Right now, we continue to follow a heartbreaking story out of Prentiss County. A child is dead tonight, and a grandmother is fighting for life after a house fire. The fire happened at a home on County Road 5301 Saturday morning. It's about 3 miles east of Baldwin. Now, Colton Chandler died in that house fire. He was a 7-year-old second.
This bitch thinks this is a joke. I met a 105-year-old woman, and she seemed to know who I was. And she seemed to be happy for some reason to meet me. I can't go back in time and change the fact that Shay Holmes lied to my grandmother and my mother when she told them that the courtroom proceeding under the jurisdiction of Judge Jerry Jones was not related to unpaid rents. I cannot change that. I also cannot change the fact that I have already spoken to my grandmother, who has confirmed, as does the documentation that's filed in that courtroom, that she never told Shay Holmes, nor did she tell my aunt, nor did she tell Judge Jerry Jones that I owed her any form of payment of any kind. And I have already explained that I walked away from the courtroom because when I got there, I saw my grandmother crying. And me personally was not about to engage in an act that would hurt my grandmother. But I damn sure would throw my life on a bomb that was set to hurt my grandmother. Now, Shay Holmes and Judge Jerry Jones are sub-grantees of the United States Department of Justice. And I'm not asking any questions when I say you gonna get the fuck off of my grandmama. I'm talking directly to Shay Holmes and